What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be working on this 2006 C230 Mercedes Benz. I'm gonna be replacing the window regulator so my window doesn't go up and down. I was messing with the switch and you're able to hear the motor. The only thing about this car is that I believe it has rivets. I don't know if I'm gonna use rivets or if I'm just gonna use bolts, but we'll see once I open it up. I gotta remove the door panel, so I'm gonna start off by removing the door lock. There it is. Then there's a Torx, I think it's a 20. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these Torx. And I'm just gonna remove the whole cover. There it is. Then I gotta remove this cover. So you gotta be careful when you remove this cover because you could easily break it. So you gotta pry it like about right here on this area. I'm gonna go ahead try to remove it without breaking it. So for this plastic cover, you pry it about right here. And then you just pop it out. I already took it off, so it easily came off. I didn't break it. Next, it's gonna have one Torx here and another one on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those off. So they're actually size 30. I already got them off. So one here and one on the bottom. Next, I'm gonna remove this plastic cover. So I'm gonna pry it and I'm gonna remove the last bolt. So I'm gonna go ahead and carefully pry it. There it is. And there should be one more bolt. There it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. It should be at 30 as well. So this is another T30. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. Here it is. And the last piece you have to remove is the tweeter box. I think this is a speaker, but it's actually a tweeter. So all you do is you kind of pull it up and you just push it back and it comes right off. Okay, now I'm able to remove the panel. So I'm gonna start prying it. There's clips around it, all around the panel. So I'm gonna be careful and I'm just gonna pry the panel out. Okay, so I got mine off. So all you gotta do is you gotta pry it out all around it. So you pry it out, you just pry it out. And to remove the top, you just gotta lift it up. Just be careful and just try to lift the whole panel up and you're gonna be able to remove the panel. So now I have to undo the handle and a couple of connectors from the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo those and disconnect my switches and a couple of other things. Here's my panel. All you have to do is disconnect the door handle, remove the light that goes on the bottom, and disconnect the door switches from right here. And that's pretty much it. So now I'm gonna start removing everything else I need to get to the regulator. At this point, I don't know if I have to remove the speaker, but I'm gonna remove just in case. Then I'm gonna get my drill, and you have rivets. So I'm gonna drill all the rivets out. So there's 2 of them on the bottom, 2 of them on top, and there's 3 for the airbag. So there's one right here, and the other one right here. Before you disconnect the airbag or you remove the airbag, I recommend you disconnect the battery and just be extra careful with the airbag. Okay, so this is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a drill bits. I got a couple of rivets and I got a rivet gun with a couple of rivets. So this is what you're gonna need if you're gonna replace that window regulator. I ended up using 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna go ahead and completely take this one off and do the other ones as well. For this bracket, I only removed 3 of them. I left this one on and I just moved it out of the way. So now I'm gonna remove this cover, and I know the regulator also has rivets. I'm gonna have to remove those rivets as well. So I just moved the cover out of the way and I found a bunch of paper inside of the door. So I'm assuming the previous owner was trying to hold the window up with paper. That's how they used to do it back in the day. It's not an efficient way of doing it, but it's better than nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the rest of the rivets. So going towards the back of the door, I have 2 rivets right here. There's 2 rivets. I have one on top. And then on the other side, I have one on top and one on the bottom. And so far I'm able to find one for the motor. So I'm assuming this is a one piece. So there's 1 rivet, 2, and here's a 3rd one. And on this side, there's 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those. I got my new regulator. I haven't even opened it. before I even remove those, I'm gonna check out my new regulator. This is my new regulator. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it from the box. Here it is, and I'm able to confirm that on one side I have one rivet. I got two on the bottom. On this other side I have one rivet on top, one on the bottom, and one where the motor goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the rivets. I decided that before I even remove the rivets, I'm gonna unbolt the window. So there's one screw right here, and the other one, you can't really see it, but it's in there, in that hole. There it is. So I'm gonna loosen those first, then I'm gonna remove the rivets. Okay, now that I got all the rivets off, I'm gonna remove the rails. So pretty much, you just push them in, and you lift them up, and they come loose. So here's one. So it came off in pieces. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna break it loose from the rivets, push it in, and here it is. So now I'm gonna disconnect it. There it is. And I'm gonna completely take it off. Before I take this off, there is a zip tie right here holding this piece of wire. So I'm gonna remove the zip tie. Then I gotta hold the window so I don't drop it and break it. Here's my old regulator in pieces. So this one's definitely damaged. I'm gonna go ahead and install the new one right now. Before I install the new one, I gotta remove the motor on the old one. So this is the motor. I'm gonna take it off and I'm gonna install it on the new one over there. There's my motor installed on the new one. So here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and install the whole thing now. Okay, so I already installed my regulator. I already put one rivet. I'm gonna be using the 3/16. So these are a little bit bigger and wider. I only have 1/8, 3/16, and a quarter. So I'm gonna be using 3/16. I'm gonna finish putting the rivets on and I'll show you guys once I get it done. I had to connect the switch so I can move the glass up and down. I'm gonna set it about right there and I'm gonna tighten down the window. Okay, so I finished installing the regulator. Before I throw the panel, I'm gonna test to see if everything works. So I'm gonna hit the switch. All right, so it's rolling up, no problem. Now I'm gonna roll it down. Okay, so it's rolling down, no problem. So now I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting the rest of the rivets. I'm gonna put my airbag. I'm gonna put the rivets on the airbag. Then I'm gonna throw my panel back on. I got all my rivets on. Here's 1, 2. Here's the third one. And there's 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top. So now I'm gonna go ahead and install my speaker. Then I'm gonna throw the panel back on. Okay, so there it is. Don't forget to connect your handle, your switches, the light on the bottom. You got your tweeter over here. You got the 2 bolts in here. 1 bolt. This bolt right here with this little bracket. And that's it. Now we're gonna test to see if it works. So I'm gonna roll it down. Now I'm gonna bring it back up. And there it is. Okay, so the rivet gun was like $20. The regulator was like $50. So it's a total of like $70. If you guys wanna fix it yourself, it's gonna cost you roughly about $70. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.